Hey folks, Quillyteen here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play RimWorld. It's Vampires versus the Empire. And we're going to do our Sky Lantern ritual and see if we might be able to get ourselves a new joiner. Poor Chico's got his frail now, which is unpleasant. Bossa's never going to get recruited. They're just here to be a blood donor and apparently always be a medical experiment as we try to remove that peg leg. And yeah, Stoker just decaying. And we're just going to let that happen. Yeah, Chico with a frail back is bad. Tad's missing an arm. Oh, there we go. We did get a joiner. John, we're going to accept you. So you're already the right religion or ideologian. I always find ideologian a little hard to say, so I usually just say ideology. Undergrounder is fine. Cooking? Crap. Yeah. John, welcome to the party, buddy. Oh, that is much appreciated. Okay. Really helpful. Animal handling too. Because I might want to take Chico off of cooking. I'm not sure. And then the crafting along with Vasquez. Again, we're not doing the crafting right now. We could do the fishing too. Okay, for you. We will go and turn this on as idle work, but we're really not looking to prioritize it. We're going to keep the dark study. I don't know if the skill affects how much research you get from dark study, if it's just speed. Maybe I'll turn that off. So right now you'll help out with cooking. You know, in a sense, you're very similar to Vasquez. I can't remember. If I move John to here, will you show up next to each other in the list? Yeah. Or no, it's Chico. Well, it's sort of both, now that I realize it. You're in between Chico and Vasquez. Because you can cook and you can craft. You got the double passion for it. Vasquez is already at 13, but out of 10's not bad, and with the double passion, it's going to go faster. Cooking, construct. Although Vasquez is very naturally going to be the building specialist, which I guess I don't have enabled right now. Maybe it's time for that. You know what? Yeah, you're pretty good at construction. Yeah. Is there a reason I hadn't yet? Maybe because we didn't have that many people and I still wanted you to hauling? Oh! It's because we don't have a production specialist in the run. Sorry, I'm used to always having a production specialist. Right. Okay, well, for now, I'm going to keep this crafting off. We'll do that. John is going to be a good addition. Surgery failed. Womp womp. This guy, nearly at 13 experience, you know, or levels. Is it skill level? Yeah. Making a few more meals. I did set this to do the pause. I often don't do it because it doesn't really make a difference. Except, I suppose, having someone run back just to make one set of meal and then run back somewhere else to do it is kind of annoying. It's less of an issue later on when you're really specialized and someone's working full time, so the start and stop becomes irrelevant. But there you go. Okay, take that out, which is fine. This is all good and groovy, and then we'll do that. In fact, John, I'm going to encourage you to go and build this light. Oh, I turned you... Oh, no, it's crafting. It's not construction. Right. Mm-hmm. Vasquez, well, you're currently asleep. All right, someone will get the light. It's fine. Let's not worry. How clean's this room, though? See, it's very dirty. Mm-hmm. And you could do like a priority clean mod, where you have specific areas that, just like with the priority hall, the hall plus, you can get like clean plus over here. So, and then limit it to very select areas. Because I don't necessarily need to like obsessively keep the entire base clean. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should. Okay, there's not harvest. You know what? It's late enough in the season now. I'm going to go and properly turn that off. Don't plant anymore. The 11th, in the 8-day cycle. No, I guess it was the 8th day for the cotton. 7 days over here. Still, long enough. Put a pause on that completely. That's going to be okay. Yeah, a little bit of poker. Get back another chair. So theoretically, everyone could play poker at the exact same time now. We'll want more chairs over here later, too. Oh, we don't need the chess table anymore. The chess table is the same as the poker table. They both do cerebral play, but the poker table is higher quality. I think it just fills it faster, and theoretically, more people can play simultaneously. So we'll get rid of that, which actually means I don't need these chairs here anymore, which I just needed them to sort of have that little kitty corner placement. Surgery failed. What a surprise. I think that was an old message. Remove peg leg. Medical emergency is Stoker. Oh, Vasquez is actually getting around to doing some cleaning. There's no construction to be done, I suppose. And no crap. Oh, you know what? Actually, I can go and repower this. And with that in mind, actually, I'll re-enable the tailoring. I really should choose one of these two to do it all the time. Since John can't even research. Okay, John, it's going to be you. You're going to be at the smithing tailoring. So you're slightly lower skill now, but you'll have more passion for it. Unless we keep you cooking, in which case it's a bit of an issue. Tell you what, I'll bring this down to a 3. So Chica will prioritize the cooking. All right. And then John is going to start doing some crafting stuff. I could turn this on too. Actually, we could use a simple helmet. Let me do that. I don't think there's anything else I want to enable over here. I guess, no, I never did do the plate armor, did I? Tad and Petra should have plate armor. Yeah. Okay. Stoker's the medical emergency. Keep seeing it and keep getting worried. Oh, let's mine this out. Could you prioritize this area, please? It should happen automatically from other jobs because it'd be closer. There we go. And then what we're going to do is this kind of redundant, but that's okay. That, and then we'll get a light in over here. Really, I might end up putting one over here just to keep this sort of vertical thing, but the important thing is to get a light sooner rather than later. And John, prioritize that, and Vasquez, prioritize this one, please. I guess I could have had John queue both, but done and done. Okay, power's back. Making that simple helmet, which is good. Actually, you'll end up making 2 because you're going to equip one right away, and then it'll try to make another one. And that's okay. Keeping a spare one around is not too bad. Or I might end up just selling it because why not? Okay, there's still a bunch of steel out here, which is great. Stoker's got terrifying hallucinations. Okay, it's going to have to be fine. Even though that's not done yet, the power was connected. And then Vasquez is back on cleaning. Actually, if you're going to clean, I'm going to get you prioritize cleaning this area, please. Thank you very much. Okay. We could, I don't know if being a mechanator turns off cooking. I think it turns off some things. But probably not cooking and construction. Because one of these two is going to be mechanator. Probably John, because again, we'll probably make you the production specialist. Well, again, we don't have the actual specialist role in our ideology, but conceptually, John will become that. I wonder if I should change your name. You're just called the Mechanic. I mean, let's be honest. The Mechanic sounds like a hired assassin, which John is not. I mean, he doesn't refuse violent, but he's not very good at it. And yeah, right now you just have the knife. I'll put you back in the melee group. I'll put Petra in the middle because the idea is if I drag across here, it'll put Petra in the middle, which I want. I don't really want you to be a meleeer because you're, I would hate for you to take a real injury, but maybe we do that. Maybe we do a 3rd suit of plate armor. I don't know. Oh, what I'm going to do is in the default apparel, I'm going to remove plate armor. And we'll just use force wear on the people who are supposed to have it. I just wouldn't want a random person to put that on. Just because the plate armor slows down movement. I mean, it is nice to get some body armor, but we don't necessarily need to rush with the plate armor specifically for ranged people. Because they're less likely to get hit. And since I'm not constantly changing outfits, then, because it could be an issue otherwise. Let's copy those settings and then do a little expand zone over here. And then paste the settings. This is made a new zone. We got that. I suppose what I could do is I could go ahead and just fill this completely for now. And obviously it'll trim down as we keep building shelves. All right. Boom, 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 boom. And then I could keep the granite block stuff outside. I could make a little hut. Because again, I'm planning on tearing this down, right? I could make a little hut out here for the block making so that it's close to the actual stone chunks. That's not a bad idea. And yeah, as we can move our storage indoors, do I want to move all the shelves indoors? I think it probably is time. What's the hotkey again for reinstall? B. And I'll just do this little chunk like this. Let's do another group over here. Leave the gap for the door just so we don't have to walk through this, and we'll probably leave little hallways and things and some sort of layout. Let's do that. And then, yeah, we'll do a reinstall at there. Art table is I suppose less important in a way, but it's fine. And then reinstall you here, and we'll finally get some tool cabinets going. There you go. Like so. Stoker's lung was destroyed. Sorry, Stoker. Vasky, oh, you're moving that. So we'll need to refill these again. Should I just have the hauling higher? You know, at this point in the game, I'm going to go and set hauling on a 1 for everyone. We'll bring the wood stockpile it. We'll move the stone out. We'll get this stuff in. Where are you going to haul? Okay, wild boar over there. Although, that was a fully decayed boar, which is... Are you doing the same thing? Where are you going? Hauling wild boar. Where? I don't see it. Oh, you're hauling it now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Do this to drop it. Select similar. Forbid. Anyone else leaving the base to go haul a corpse? That might have been the last one. You know what? That extra hauling is actually quite good because all this stuff is being torn down. It's got to be moved indoors at the same time. Yeah. All right. That's not too bad. Yeah. Old clothes get dumped outside. That's okay. I think it's a construction job to move the shelves. So actually, oh, Vasquez is asleep. John, you know what? Vasquez, get up as well. Move these extra shelves. Thank you very much. Unless it is a hauling job. I didn't think so. I guess I could get rid of the ground storage here too, because we got that. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's do this. Low medicine just triggered because we don't actually have any of this in the base. But yeah, just leave the hauling at a 1. And that's okay. Grab some of these rocks. Yeah. And then it's going to keep these nicely filled. Oh, the shelf explosion caused some of the hay to fall outside. That's funny. It's decaying, but no, that's fine. I'm not worried about accelerating that. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Tad with the 1 arm. Let me go and do this. You can just go back to research. You're not fast at it either, but you're really bad at hauling. With the lack of manipulation. Although it was hurt by the muscle parasites. I just remembered that was making it worse. Cargo pods. What did Randall give us? Uranium. Okay, well, we'll allow it, but I won't priority haul it. That's interesting. We'll have a little bit available for something. We could make uranium maces, but I don't think we need to do that. We do have the thermal horn. Actually, speaking of, John, why don't you go ahead and equip this? Again, we're not going to want to keep John as a meleeer, I don't think. I feel like he might be a little too valuable, but we'll see. And then we were very close to another sky lantern, so we're going to want to do that soon. Stoker, and this, and this, and this, and this. Boss no longer capable of walking with. That's the opposite of what we're trying to do. Hang on, it's time to schedule another remove peg leg. This could be our sign. Every time that we get that message, it means you've healed enough or the anesthesia's worn off. Although we might want to chain the anesthesia. It worked! I was just about to say, you know what? Maybe it's time to just use better medicine and just get this done with. Okay, so boss can officially not walk anymore, so we don't have to worry about them losing their crap. They can't go berserk. They can't try to break out. They can't do nothing no more. Perfect. What skill did we get to with Sky? 13.24 medicine. We could keep practicing, but I don't actually think it's worth the time sink. It was mostly just a way of making myself feel better whenever we failed one of those. It's like, well, at least we got some skill. And yeah, we will have to go and smooth all the floors here, just for dirt management, if nothing else, but also beauty. Excuse me. Oh, we hadn't built the billiards table because some things were in the way for a little while. Did I make this out of wood? I did. So we'll do the same thing here. Leave room for the chair. Actually, yes, we got a lot of spare room. I don't know what we're going to do with everything here. I could even do a partial wall off of this area and do a little sub room of some kind. I don't know. Yeah, we'll get that. And then we'll be able to, I'm going to mark it for deconstruction now, the horseshoe pin. So we won't need it because presumably we have enough material here. Ambrosia sprout. Wow. Yeah, Randy loves his ambrosia sprouts. You know what? I'm not going to bother with that one. It's a little far away. It's okay. It's good money. Of course, we can also consume it for entertainment. But yeah, I'm not going to stress. You know what I just realized? Probably people were still putting things on the shelf. There we go. And we don't necessarily want that. These shelves are pretty full. We're clearly going to have to build more as well. Friends with enemies. What? Recently rescued 6 guild members. Guard them. 2 raids of... These are primitives. Those are pretty big raids. You know, I mean, there's some value in this. I think this might be a bit much. And I don't know if this is like a fiery group. No, I'm going to say no to that. The reward was definitely commensurate. Is that the phrase? With the risk. But not appealing enough for us. Do. And link. Okay. That should be good for now. Storage. Yes, that's good. Medical emergency is Stoker. That's unfortunately fine. Sorry, Stoker. And then probably one of these was probably going to turn into a barracks. Like a nicer barracks. And then, I don't remember if I talked about this. I canceled a little bit of designation here. We got this here. I'm going to make this Petra's bedroom. Because she does have a negative thought for like awful death rest chamber. I mean, and they also have for the barracks. But we could give Petra a proper nice bedroom. But I'll let this mine out first. And I think it is time for us to bring the hall back down to a normal priority. I'm going to do this with the clean as well. I don't think it makes much of a difference. Tad will do this, which is okay. The craft, this, the mining. Yeah, that's looking okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy that we caught up with the hauling. Mad Boomerat. Okay. You will probably just go and die on the trap. All right, Stoker. Rip. I'm sorry you died. But we'll probably just eat you. That Mad Boomerat. It's over there. I mean, I could run out and try to take him here. Oh, this is the one thing. Hold on. There we go. Stay inside the walled area, so I don't actually have to babysit you. It'll just go and explode on one of these traps, and that'll be fine. Speaking of traps, we could use one right there. Good. Tappa. And then I'll have to decide if I'm going to go and queue up another mining job immediately. We might just want to not and then work on the research, because we are dramatically behind. The prosthetics are nearly done, so we're going to get Tad his arm at some point. That's good. Oh, we need to build a machining table. We don't have one yet. And so you face down that way. So we need to do that. Actually, I'll just start down here. That's going to be fine. That'll still be in the range. Bad temperature. Ooh, it is very chilly. Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to close this door. And what we're going to do... Actually, I will need doors because... I need this to count properly as a workshop, which it is actually right now. Okay, I don't need those doors. I still think we might just leave all these hallways open and just let the temperature sort of go. Oh, the Boomerat made its way in. Vasquez, ooh. Okay, no, you're fine. Oh, because it's a rat, I think it probably just didn't trigger any of the traps. Okay, well, I can limit this restriction. Is no one going to fight the fire? That's weird. There you go. Okay. And you'll do that, which is fine. Excellent. Okay. And yes, this stuff will be moved at some point. Mining is done. That'll be hauled at some point. That's looking okay. Yeah, we'll butcher up Stoker. John, you know what? Why don't you butcher that now? We get rid of the left unburied modifier. There we go. Did it lead to weird meat? Nope. Okay. You know what? Do I want to set up the second cooker? We do have 2 people who could cook. There's not that much need for it, but maybe? I don't know. But yeah, we'll get that for the entertainment. Good stuff. Normal quality. Would have been nice to land a little bit better, but I wasn't worried about forcing anything. Did we end up hauling in? No, we didn't haul in all that steel while we were doing the mass haul stuff, but we should see a few more of those things. Great Advent, the Vitalists. Oh yeah, but these things... Oh, hold on. I want to do the lantern. The other dance parties, we really need the temple set up for that. We could go Barracks Temple. I know originally I was like going to do some temples and stuff over here, but that's clearly not going to work out. I don't like that there's this double here. We want to make one of these 12 tiles wide. And if so, which one? I don't know. Guess we can always do it later. Oh, okay. Friendly visitors. I think Sky Lanterns can always do that, and then they're going to leave a gift. That's nice. But we also got a joiner. Intellectual. All right, Connor. What's your deal? You've got a wooden hand. Pyromaniac. Hate that. Psychically sensitive is risky. Chemical. Well, you are going to be very volatile in a lot of ways. And no matter how happy we keep you, you will sometimes just set things on fire. But we are going to keep you. There we go. This is dramatically going to speed things up. Here's the thing. You've got passion for construction. But we might want you as just a full-time researcher. You know? I could turn a mind for temporary stuff, but no, we got Sky for that. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. Connor, you are going to be contributing to our research, my friend. And I'm going to appreciate that mightily. Let me get the second light over here. So, and then build to, as long as it builds to the middle of the room, we should be fine. We could go and do another redundant connection, but I've got plenty of redundant connections. We got John and we got Connor, our last two joiners. Research, research, research. Finish the prosthetics, please. Relationship goes down. That's fine. And then we're going to go back to battery into solar panel. Still wasn't looking to set up a big 54 uranium. Wow. Lots of uranium happening right now. I don't know what the game's trying to tell us. We're not going to set up a big renewables place, although I guess to a certain extent, wood-fired generators are renewables. Still hope to just not bother, not invest too much. I probably won't build a single wind turbine. Or no, maybe we'll end up building one. Nah, I don't know. Again, we're going to want the solar panel when we get our hydroponics. Or mostly the sun lamps is what I mean. But yeah, I think that will reach that. We can always move things around as needed. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. I don't remember. Am I running the self-dye thing? Are we? I don't think we've planted dye. I should probably do some Tinctora. I'm going to do a little, just a little one over here of Tinctoria. Where are you? Right down at the bottom. Yeah, turn off sewing for now. And I did turn off over here. Yeah, good. Need warm clothes. We'll see what we can do. Tailoring bench is here. Now, with the parkas, right, I had the total number. So now we kind of need 7. And this is set to count equipped. Yes, good. Okay. Try to get up to 7 total parkas sitting around, whether equipped or not. So we've got one for everyone. At some point, we'll stop worrying about that. As we start getting good quality dusters, we're going to want people in that all the time. Being fire. Yep. This is a rainy thunderstorm. Yeah, you're going to be fine. What I could do is I could leave, like, yeah, leave a little bit of this construction right here. Just for these guys. We'll have to figure out a laboratory spot too. Although I was maybe thinking the laboratory would make sense near this. Like I might go and remine an area out of here after all. And then we'll make the lab there because it'll be near the dark research stuff, which feels like it makes a lot of sense. Where are you going, John? Making plate armor. Okay. And hopefully some people are just getting around to just doing plain hauling and bringing that in. We could tweak some of the priorities, but I don't know. Psychic Soothe Mail. Oh, how lovely. Thanks, Randall. Take back some of the things I said about you. Prosthetic arm. Boom. And shred mechanoids. Do forever. Actually, put that at the top. Need to clear up some of our storage. Do prioritize that, even though it's in a way less important. I think that's going to be okay. I can't remember. When are people running around with a peg leg? Yeah, so we could also use a prosthetic leg. Good. And then the heart and the cochlear implants, we don't need those. Didn't realize you unlocked prosthetic heart so early, though. That's interesting. So in theory, yeah, we should see John start to do that once you're up and awake. Thanks for completing the construction there, Vasquez. Should I go and do the smoothing now of all this floor? You know what? It'll probably do good things for us if we do. It is a lot of work, but the dirt management might actually be key. All right, John's still asleep. You'll be up in just a moment. You actually won't go feed yourself. Okay, you're starting the plate armor, which is fine. I don't mind that. Do I want to do 3 sets? Do I want to get John in a plate armor as well? I might. Wait, do we have plate now? I do, actually. So we're going to put, actually, I'll put John in that immediately. And then we'll put Tad in next, and then Petra last. Petra arguably needs it less because you're so hard to kill, but we still want to minimize some of the injuries, and I don't think you grow back body parts, so we don't want you to lose an arm. We've already had that with Tad. Let's not push it any further if we can. Art bench, yeah, I don't feel the need to queue up anything. You're good, and then you're good now. And then, yeah, going up the gun tech will be nice. We could do chain shotguns or heavy SMGs early on, which will be good for our short range setup. We'll go to assault rifles later for sure. Maybe I should temple now. Well, at some point soon, I don't know when. I don't know if it's a wealth trigger or population trigger. It might be wealth for this one. They're going to require our holy symbol. I don't know if you can double up like a ritual center and a temple. I don't think so. Okay, you're hauling. Yeah, so I mean, it's good to see that hauling is happening. Jump to there, and you're going to grab some steel from over there, which is great and lovely. Already could even move these a little closer here. Minimize the walking ever so slightly. That, hauling steel, and the research on the batteries. And then, yeah, I'm just thinking a couple of solar panels over here. And then I could go and cancel the wood fire generator, or in practice, we're going to be increasing our power demands more and more. And having so just even having batteries with these guys might be enough. Honestly, I might not need the solar yet. As long as I've got batteries, because we do generate extra power here. See, now we've got a negative, a deficit for a second, but we could have the batteries as a bit of a buffer in between. And what I might do is put the batteries in here for now. We'll have to figure out maybe a long-term place for it. Gunsmithing. That you know, it's ugly, and it can be prone to fire. Well, no, I don't think will happen to the battery here because they're indoors. But they are ugly. But yeah, a couple of batteries in here just to catch the excess power when it comes up. Petra, can I get you to do that? Oh, we have no wood? Anywhere? Really? What did we use all the wood for? Okay, well, you know, harvest fully grown. Let's do this. It's not really enough to justify filling things up. Go, go, go. All right. Really used all that? I thought I designated tons of trees. What did I use all the wood for? Oh, okay. Oh, probably rebuilding the traps over and over, actually. That's fairly legit. All right, John, go and fill this up, please. Yeah, 3's not going to do much, but... Although, hey, there you go. It's positive power. Already the batteries are going to start charging a tiny bit. Mad hair. Okay, that's fine. No one's outside currently. You probably will go through the traps without triggering anything. Petra, I'm just going to get you to come out here and... Wait, where is it? Go kill the bunny. Thanks. Appreciate you, Petra. All right. And then more power brownouts. You have to cut some trees. Eat the meal. Then go and do this, please. All right. Thanks. All right, John, more plate armor. Stuff 2 in there. Yeah, okay. So you haven't finished this one yet. And that'll be for Tad. Oh, I want to do the thing where I get an extra shelf over here. Oh, wait. Did I already have that? No, I didn't set this up in this run. So this shelf here, clear all, critical, unfinished. Unfished. Unfinished. There it is. So any unfinished item will go on the shelf. It'll be easier to track. And then I might want to also do some extra shelves for like the good armor. No, it's really just the plate armor. Everything else they'll equip on their own. But I do tend to do it with weapons. So maybe I'll do that here. So clear, critical. I won't send a priority. Anyway, I'll allow all weapons that are not useless. There we go. And then we'll probably be more selective later. But yeah, we'll set that up. Petra needs death rest. Are we going to try it again? Sure. Let's try it. Let's see how far along you get this time around, Petra. Go. That's a shelf for our unfinished goods, so it'll be really easy to keep track of them. It's less critical if we're running the no authors mod, which we are. But it's also better for work because they don't have to carry things as far to like grab them again. When you're not running the no authors mod, you really want to keep an eye on your unfinished goods, because if someone started something and then they left, or you turned off their work thing, then that item will never ever get finished. You're going to want to manually cancel that, or do something about it in some way. All right, Tad's still upright because you are a night owl. Actually, Tad, I'm going to get you to wear this plate armor. I didn't realize that actually got finished. So put that on. I don't know how good that is for temperature control. That's actually a good question. I mean, it covers your whole body, but it is made out of metal. Yeah, there's like no insulation on that. Temperature inside, still pretty frosty. Maybe I should go ahead and build doors in these two areas. Leave them open, but it would help the temperature management a little. It would still bleed into these hallways, but keep it in here a little bit more. And then we don't have to worry about like some mismatch between this counting as a workshop versus not. That did make that hallway dark. So let's go and put some lighting in here. Just keep up mobility and avoid a I'm standing in darkness debuff. It wouldn't be very long, but you never know. Plus it'll just look nicer for us. And later if there's certain types of monsters that arrive. John, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, we've got beds for everyone currently. But yeah, we'll have to reinitiate some more mining soon. I think we'll probably do both of those. Set up a new barracks, set up the temple. Because it'd be nice to do the dance parties for the better mood boost. Boom, 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 smooth, smooth, smooth. We're not going to have any room to put these blocks soon. I could go and increase our granite block count, or do something where it's got a radius that reaches a little bit and then just tries to blockify all those. Or we just use more of the granite. Don't really have anything for it. Do we have a good artist? Do we want to start? No, we don't have a good artist. So we're not going to do that. And yeah, do smooth this out. That's going to be valuable. And that's the plate armor for Petra, who's going to look very cool in it. And you weren't actually wearing it. You've got the flak jacket, but we can just cycle that with someone else. So that's fine. So yeah, finish that, and then you're going to start making the prosthetics. In fact, maybe I should be prioritizing the prosthetics. I don't know. Armor's also pretty good. Sky, your friend died. Awful barracks. We'll try to get you up to a nice barracks. It still won't be as good as a bedroom, and you'll still get some interrupted sleep, although less likely, because right now people are walking through this. Although in practice, you'll probably hit the cap, which I think is 3 disturbed breaths, but it's only -1 per. Something very similar to that. A raid. Attack immediately. Several groups transport pods, and these are the guys with explosions. But as long as they're not landing in the base, it's fine. But of course, Petra doesn't get to finish her sleep. Unless she does. Unless I don't wake Petra this time. Tad and John aren't god tier meleeers, but they're both in plate armor now. And they both have thrombohorns. I don't like that Conger only has a basic gun, but that's the situation. That's all we've got currently still. We are researching the gun tech now. I probably will end up going shotguns. They just feel very satisfying. We might mine some more steel as well. What do we have? We only have 83 steel in storage, yeah. So what I'm going to do, designate that to be mined. This, and actually, how are we in components? Pretty low, so I'll designate this to be mined also. I don't like mining outside the base, but we'll set that up. I will go just to make sure no one runs out immediately. We'll set this up. And yeah, I'm going to have to decide if I'm waking Petra. My instinct is that we don't need to. I forgot that there's an auto wake. I think this goes away once you finish, weirdly. There you go. That way I don't have to go and manually make sure to do this. We do have some traps. I'm really tempted to leave Petra asleep. Well, we'll find out next time, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.